He's been steady all season long. He's as good as it gets, and he's a huge reason why the Tigers pulled this one out over Chicago 7-1. He is Jonathan Schoop. Jonathan, thanks for the time as always. Look, a couple of times up there, maybe you're not as comfortable as you have been in the past, and then you get the grand slam. Take us through the at-bat and what you were looking for and how good it felt.
It felt really good, It felt really good for running for our team, And I was going there and trying to hit the ball hard, because sometimes you go in there and you say to yourself, I just want a sac fly. No, you just got to go in there and just trying to hit the ball hard. Whatever happened, And I was trying to look a pitch up, and then I fouled one, and then the single was pretty good. And then I say to myself, let me stay right center, and then I pull it to left center.
That's, Craig Monroe has talked about that all the time, how you want to stay up the middle and then adjust to the ball that you're able to pull. It was a great at-bat. Talk a little bit about early in the game. You guys left 3 on the first 2 innings. Didn't get the big runner in, and then you were able to clear the bases there with the big one.
Early on we didn't score, but Sturman got us. He come on and put 0 on the board, and for us to keep better and trying to score on the board for them. And it was really, really good today. And then I got up there and load the score away, and then we get a W. It's a big win.
What was the difference, do you think, for Spencer Turnbull tonight?
I think he just attacked them. First pitch strike it's really important. As a hitter, if the pitcher attack you right away, it's tough because you ain't got no more time to think. If they throw first pitch ball, you got time to maybe look for a pitch. But it's the first pitch strike. You got only 2 more chances, so you got to be ready and just keep them off balance.
Jonathan, just one more question about Spencer tonight. You're around him all the time. I seem to notice that he seemed calmer on the mound tonight. He wasn't really stressed out in certain situations, and he kind of slowed his whole rhythm down. Did you notice that yourself?
Yeah, I did. I know he was calmed down a little bit, because sometimes I think they're trying to be too perfect. They're trying to be too anxious, too perfect, and then they give Adams they said. And today was calm, and he get out some good inning for us, man, a second and get out of there and get good inning. So he was more calm, and he pitched really good tonight, and we get W.
The start tonight was fantastic. While you guys are getting ready for the game, a well wish from all the families up there at the Comerica Park scoreboard, including your lovely wife and children. What did that mean to you?
Yeah, it was big. It was a surprise for everybody because nobody know, and then we look in the scoreboard and everybody look the family out there. It was like really good, emotional. Everybody was happy. Some people almost cry.
Hey man, you're having fun, and we're having a lot of fun watching you. Keep up the good work. Thanks for the time tonight.
Thank you guys.
Hey Spencer. Obviously, huge difference from the last start to this start. What was it that you were really emphasizing going into this start? Was it your composure because you had some tough innings there and you got out of every jam, or did your stuff you were just better command?
I think it was a combination of both. After my start in Chicago, there's a couple things mentally that I know I was just not doing well, and I worked on that a little bit. I think guys. When I've been letting guys get on base, I started trying to do way too much. Like my delivery started quickening up, trying to worry about runners and stuff, and just caused some bad habits to creep in. So this week I focused a lot more on just slowing everything down mechanically, not trying to throw so hard, basically. Just kind of like less is more. And it seemed to kind of get my delivery back to where I wanted it to be.
It looked like too your command on both the 4-seam and 2-seam were spot on today, and you used that a lot more. I think it was 13 sliders only that you threw. You just kept raising the eye levels and lowering the eye levels, mostly.
Yeah, I think I had to show them that I could throw strikes. Like the last couple of weeks, I've struggled. I'm still not getting a lot of swings on my slider, which is a little frustrating, but probably just because I'm not throwing it for strikes enough. I think I just need to show that I can command it in the zone and out of the zone before I start trying to use it as a chase pitch all the time. I still felt like I threw some good ones. It just, like I said, they weren't chasing it, so I just stayed with the fastball because I felt like I was having a good amount of success just switching 4-seamer and 2-seamer up. Threw a couple good change-ups, and that was pretty much it.
There was one slider you threw to Baez that somehow he got a little piece of it, fouled it off.
That's what I'm saying. Like I felt like I was throwing some good ones. They spoiled a couple, and I remember Hayward took one right before he hit the triple. I thought was a good one. I was like, I can't believe he didn't even check swing on that or anything. But But it was kind of the same thing last week in Chicago. Like I said, I felt like I threw good sliders, and they were just spitting on them like they saw them really easily. And so I don't know. Like I said, it may just be easier for guys to pick it up right now, but something I'm working on. But for sure, I need to be able to command it in the zone. I think the more I show that I can command it in and out, I'll start getting swings again.
Sure. Thank you, Spence.
Thanks, Chris. Our next question comes from Trevor Thompson from Fox Sports Detroit.
Hey, nice night, Spencer, and congratulations. And I just wanted to ask you the same question I asked Jonathan. You guys have gone through a tough stretch of about a dozen games, and now you're in a position to win your second straight series. And we don't get a chance to get in there and get a feel for what's going on in the clubhouse. So what's your sense after everything you've gone through as a team, where you're at right now with this opportunity coming up tomorrow, what the mood's like in the room? Thanks.
I feel like the mood is back in a good place. Like I said, I think we were all struggling there for a few days. Like I said, it's hard to lose however many games in a row that was, like 9 or whatever it was. It's hard to stay positive when you go through stretches like that. But I felt like we did a good job just continuing to show up every day and give it everything we have, and we're starting to turn it back around. And I feel like I said, the mood is definitely back in kind of where it was earlier in the year, which is it's good to feel.
Thanks, Trevor. Our next question comes from Jason Beck from MLB.com.
Yeah, hey, Spencer, you look pretty frustrated with yourself after the walks in the 5th inning, and then with Rizzo coming up. How did you calm yourself down, or how did you channel that adrenaline to face one of the most dangerous bats in that lineup?
Like I said, I think going back to what's got me in trouble the last couple of weeks was when I get runners on, or I'll start walking a couple guys and then get really frustrated with myself and start trying to do way too much and start trying to throw just a bunch of unhittable pitches instead of just staying within myself and staying calm and trusting my stuff. I feel like I did a better job of kind of honing that in tonight. Like I said, I got in trouble a couple times, but was able to kind of relax a little bit and make some better pitches. Like I said, I still walked a few guys. I'd like to see that cleaned up even more, but it was definitely better tonight. And like I said, the walks didn't really come until I started to get a little fatigued towards the end.
It still looked like your fastball ticked up a tick or two when you got into big situations. I know we saw, I think, 97, 98 against Baez there in the 3rd. Is that a little case of even when you try not to do too much, maybe less is more? For
sure. I think less is more is kind of like going to be my mantra for the rest of my life, because as soon as I slow down and just stay within my delivery and don't try to muscle up on everything, like I said, I'm able to just stay closed longer. My arm quickens up. The ball comes out better. Like I said, it's easier, so it's not as taxing on the body. And I hit 98 for the first time in like 4 years, so that was cool to see. But like I said, it felt way easier. Like I said, I was throwing harder tonight, but I wasn't trying to throw harder because I think I was just staying within my delivery and not flying open or opening my hips too early or pulling my left shoulder open or whatever that causes me to have all the high rights and the lack of fastball command. That's what gets me in so much trouble is when I lose my fastball command. It's just really hard to even trust my stuff, because it's not like I'm trying to walk guys, but when I start misfiring high rights and yanks, and it's hard to get locked back in, especially when you're kind of just searching mechanically. But I think the biggest keys for me is just kind of slowing things down. Less is more, just staying within myself, and the ball seems to come out a lot better when I do that.
Gardy said that you tried to talk your way into one more hitter there when you came to get you. Is that just you're feeling good and feeling like you could get Caratini there, or just trying to finish out on finish the inning on a good note?
Yeah, I mean, I for sure wanted to finish the inning. Like I said, I'm not going to argue with him for too long. Like I said, it's his decision to make, and Brian did a phenomenal job getting that guy out. But yeah, obviously I wanted that hitter. Like I said, I felt like I had more than enough left to get one more hitter. I felt like, and I don't think there's much of a difference between 97 pitches and 102 pitches. But like I said, that's the manager's call, and I trusted him to make that decision. Obviously, it worked out. Maybe I wouldn't have gotten him out. I don't know, but I definitely, me as a competitor, I wanted to have the opportunity for one more guy.
I know you've said in the past that wins don't really mean a whole lot. Is it still of any significance that you matched last year's win total with just a little less than halfway through a shortened season?
I mean, I only had 3 last year, so I would hope I'll be able to get there this year. But yeah, like I said, it's not a stat that I'm overly concerned with. Obviously, I like winning, so more wins, the better. But again, I think, like I said, there's a lot more stats that I feel like show whether a pitcher's doing his job or not, more than just the win column. But if you get wins, you're definitely doing something right. So that's nice to see.
Thanks, Spencer.
Thanks, Jason. Our next question comes from Evan Petzold of the Detroit Free Press.
Hey Spencer, seems like you picked up quite a couple of things from this game and from your performance today. I guess, what does it really mean for you in a 60-game season, right? I mean, is this something that you think you really needed, was to have a bounce back like this, just because of the fact that the season's so much shorter than it normally is?
I mean, that's kind of a tough question, but obviously I wanted to bounce back. I mean, no one wants to get pulled after the second inning of a start. That was pretty embarrassing for me. I was just nowhere close to what I expected myself or what my team needs from me. So it's just frustrating when I'm not able to get the job done, like not even close to what I should be doing, or whatever expectations I have of myself. But again, that happens. It's baseball. Like I said, you're not always gonna have a good day. But I definitely didn't want to have too many of those in a row. Like I said, it was nice to get kind of back on what feels like being back on track, kind of more my game, more what I expected myself.
Ernie, a nice win tonight, and it seemed like you got exactly what you were hoping for from Turnbull and then your pen. Just break down Turnbull from your perspective tonight, what went into getting him when you got him, and I'll start there. Thanks.
Hey, he threw the ball good, and he pounded the strike zone. That's a good hitting baseball team, and he made enough pitches. His ball was moving all over the place from what the catcher said, and a good performance by him, especially getting us through the fifth inning and almost through the sixth. But we were happy with that. He was happy with that.
And how about Garcia when you came and got him, and then the three-pitch strikeout, how big that was at that point in the ball game?
Well, yeah, you don't want it to escalate. You don't want it to blow up on you. In baseball, things can happen really quick. A walk and an error and then a home run. Next thing you know, you're in trouble. So we went about as far as I wanted to go with Turnbull. We gave him one more hitter, and he got that guy out, and he really wanted one more hitter. But I just said that's enough, and Brian came in and did a really nice job of getting a big hitter out, and the rest of the pen did too.
Can you give us an update on Jacoby Jones and the prognosis there? And thanks a lot, Ron.
Right calf tightness. He felt it tight running down to first base, so he shut her down. Nice day-to-day. See how he is tomorrow. He says he'll be fine.
Thanks, Trevor. Our next question comes from Brad Galley from Channel 7.
You talked obviously with Chrome going down, how tough it's been to kind of keep the consistency at the plate and those big clutch hits that you guys had early in the year. For Schoop to do that tonight, just another reminder of what he's done. How big has he been for this lineup when you guys have had guys like Chrome go down?
Yeah, he's been huge. In the clubhouse, the whole package. He's a quiet guy. He loves it around here, from what he says. He said he's enjoying playing here with these guys and likes the staff. So we've got a good player. We knew that going into it. We knew it in spring training when he was around. He's one of those pleasant guys, and he can hit. He can really hit it a long ways, as he did again tonight.
Thanks, Brad. Our next question comes from Chris McCoskey of the Detroit News.
Ron, your decision to go with Brian there, was he just the next man up, or did you like something about that matchup in that part of their order with Brian?
Well, we trust Brian in all kinds of situations with that guy, but I just didn't want our starter to, give up another run. I thought he had pitched so well, and, he kind of argued with me a little bit, just give me one more hitter, and I told him I just did. So go over there and sit down with the pitching coach, and he'll pat you on the back. But I thought Brian was a good matchup. He's been throwing the ball really well. He got that good hard slider, and we thought we had the right guy up there that he could get him. We think he can get just about anybody out. So as you can see, we got that pin at the end that we can do some things, and we just beat the fire out of so many guys down there that we had to use all these guys. They needed to get out there, been out a day or so it was all good.